What's going on, beautiful people? Thank you for tuning in and watching. I appreciate your appreciation of my videos, and I love every single one of you guys. So, I want to talk about my biggest fear in life as of now, okay? Because if you ask me 4 years ago, what's your biggest fear in life? I tell you, going talking a cute chick. That was my biggest fear in life at the time. And if you ask me 10 years ago, what was your biggest fear? Was getting my ass kicked in a fight. So it changes, right? It changes as we grow. So I'm telling you right now, at this current, present time continuum, what is my biggest fear? So, before I tell you that, let's get the cheese because it's very cheesy here. So if you want to put anything on the cheese, some olive oil, it goes down really good with cheese, right? Maybe like some vegetables or whatever, right? I don't know how you eat your cheese. Just get prepared, right? My biggest fear in life right now is not living life fully. Really, it's not living life to the fullest. Is not experiencing this video game to its maximum potential. It's just like playing GTA, man. You know, when you play GTA, there's a lot of fucking cool shit you want to do, especially if you have the cheat codes, right? You put in that cheat code, you're flying planes, you're driving Lamborghinis, you're fucking driving Corvettes, you're doing all sorts of cool shit. You're skydiving, like you're doing a bunch of things. I don't know if you can skydive in GTA, but I remember you put on something here and then you can fly, right? So, you got GTA and you're like trying all these cheat codes and you want to do everything, right? And that's why you play it so much, because you're like, fuck, I want to do everything here. I want to do everything. And I found myself in a similar dilemma in the game of life. And that is, there's so many things I want to do and so many places I want to be and so many people I want to be in contact with and have relationships with, right? And so much love to spread, so many people to love, and so much love to receive, and there's so much. Why else do I make these YouTube videos? Because I want to be connected worldwide to people, and I want to go to so many different places, and I want to have friends everywhere. And I want to do all sorts of cool shit all around, right? Like, I've done skydiving by now. That's another cheesy thing, right? But maybe no olive oil in this one, just cheese by itself, just feta cheese or cottage cheese. It's good for you. It's got protein. I've done skydiving. I've climbed up some mountains that were pretty difficult, pretty challenging to climb. Not climb, hiked. That's too crazy for me, man. I've traveled some places, right? But it's not enough, man. There's a lot more that I want to do. There's a lot more things I want to be able to do, experience, and there's a lot of things I need to share with the world as well, right? You guys see me posting 2 videos a day. I'm going to be posting on my fitness channel again very soon, if I haven't already done so by the time I uploaded this video. A lot of things I want to share with the world. There's a lot of insights that I continue to receive about just how to make your video game character, this character that you're in, a better character, right? To advance yourself to the next level. And it's sort of my responsibility. I don't know why. I don't know why I feel the need to, but I feel a responsibility. It's an urge. This is the Tao. This is the Force. This is the universe just saying you gotta share whatever you find with the rest of the human beings, right? And this is why I share psychedelic content here as well, because psychedelics give me always so many revelations that I have to share with the rest of the world. And that's my biggest fear right now. I'm always living like, man, I'm afraid I'm not going to do this or I'm not going to do that. But then I have to relax myself and say, well, okay, relax, be present. Remember 5 years ago, the things you wanted to do, you've done quite a bit of them by now. 5 years ago, there's some things I wanted to do and I've done them, right? Skydiving was being one of them, hiking up difficult mountains, There's a lot more things I want to do right now, but I got to relax in the moment, right? I got to stay right here, right now. And I think that's a pretty good fear to have, to be honest, right? Definitely a lot better than being scared to go talk to a chick or having my ass kicked in a school. Not that that's a bad thing if that's where you are right now, right? You gotta see where you are, bro. See what, because whatever makes you scared the most at this moment is the thing you gotta do. If what it makes you scared to talk to a cute chick right now, then go do it. Not for to get her number, not to woo her, just because you need to break through your fear. You see? So you go say hi and you talk to her. And that's it, right? You see, you know, eventually you'll meet someone, you connect with them, but you gotta do it. You gotta do this thing that scares you the most. If right now what scares you the most is heights, the reason I wanted to hike up mountains and do skydiving, I had fear of heights. Growing up, I would be fucking scared shitless from heights, right? So I said the best way to conquer that fear is to expose myself to heights, right? So I've done skydiving, hiked up some mountains, and it was good. It was cool. I don't have nearly the same fear of heights as I do anymore. I think this is just with me probably for the rest of my life. But I don't. I can kind of be at a height and look down and not be nearly as scared as I used to be. But that was the thing that scared me the most. I asked myself, what is the thing that scares you the most at the time, right? Right now, the thing that scares me the most at this point in my life is not doing enough. So this is why I'm all over the place. Making videos, doing this, doing that, writing books, blah, 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 right? You know, writing my book, and you know, I got a whole business structure coming up to like a whole thing, right? Building that, making money so I can travel, so I can do this, so I can do that, so I can have seminars and workshops. I want to have seminars and workshops where I get people physically, you know, kind of like what they used to do in Athens, the philosophy schools, right? This is something I want to do. So all these cool things I want to do, things I want to share, things I want to experience. I want to definitely experience that sort of environment where I have like some kind of a philosophy school or whatever the fuck. And we're sitting in nature and we got grapes, right? We got grapes and member berries. I remember. And, you know, so many things I want to do. So many things. So I get to work right now because that's what scares me, not being able to do these things, not being able to experience these things. I get to work. I tell myself, suffer the pain of discipline because it's far better than to suffer the pain of regret. I don't want to regret. I don't want to be sitting on my deathbed regretting the things I haven't done in this video game, right? I want to get the fuck out of here. I want when the DMT molecule comes and says, bye-bye, you're back to where you come from, your home, right? You're back to heaven. You know, I want to go to heaven, man, and I want to tell every motherfucker there, did you guys just see that? Wasn't that a badass incarnation? Wasn't that a badass spawn? Wasn't that Saeed guy a badass? Wasn't he like a badass motherfucker? And everybody there is gonna be fucking nodding their head. Yeah, because they know it. They've seen it. They've watched it, right? They're like, oof, oof, you know, he really did experience the most out of life. He really did get the most out of it. He really did. And yeah, don't you want to do that when you go back up there, right? Don't you want to look at your buddies there and be like, all right, you guys beat that in the next spawn. Let me see you beat that, right? You raised them. Let me see you beat that, and then you sit back there and you watch them go and have their spawn, their incarnation, and see how it turns out, right? So when they come back, if they haven't done and met their potential, you can just be like, I told you, bro, you can't raise me, you can't beat me. So then they gotta go back again, or you go back again, right? So like I wanna be able to go back and say, I've done it. It's a bad incarnation, it's a badass spawn that's gonna be remembered for a while. That Saeed Mobayed spawn, that Saeed Mobayed character, that storyline, that plot is gonna be remembered for a long time on that planet Earth, and eventually forgotten, because this too shall pass, right? So, the moral of this story, the moral of this video, I guess, is find the thing that scares you the most in this present time continuum. Everyone has a different fear right now, and your fears will keep changing and changing and changing. But fears are always going to be there, and they're good because they are an indication of where you should be heading next. They're an indication of where you should go. You don't want to operate from a place of fear. I'm not operating from a place of fear here where I'm like, oh, fuck, man. What if I don't do this? Oh, fuck. No, like, I'm trying to operate here from a place of love, right? But I am scared that I will not live life to their full potential. I am, right? So then I'm like, all right, in the moment, in the now, let's spread as much love. Let's do as much as I can to make that life that I want to see happen a reality. And I can say I did my best at the end of the day. And it's that feeling, right? The feeling that you've done your best, that's the best feeling, because you're like, okay, I can't do any more. You know, I've milked this character, you know, I've milked its abilities, and nothing else I can do. And that's a beautiful feeling, you know. And you know that feeling like after a gym session and you've given it all and you're sitting there, you're tired, right? You want just food, you want to relax, but you're like, oh, I earned my food. I earned my relaxing time. Oof, I really gave it all I have in that gym. I really gave it all I have in that game, you know? And you sit back and you lay back and you watch something, or you have a good time with your kids or whatever, right? You gave it all, and you know you gave it all, right? And so this is the fear. The fear that you have right now is telling you go in that direction because you need to. You need to, at this right now, you need to break through this fear. Because there's a breakthrough for your character to advance to the next level as a result of doing the action. Like Elliot Hall says, it's not about the outcome, it's about who you become, the person that you become, the characters that you become along the way, the levels that you continue to level up in this beautiful, wonderful, magnificent video game that we call life, that we call planet Earth. And there's definitely other games out there, for sure, with different rule sets. They probably don't have gravity. They look, maybe they have like hands instead of feet and feet instead of hands, and they have like eyes here and mouths here. Probably. I mean, you know, I believe, I have a video coming up, Dragon Ball Z is real, and I believe everything is real. Anything we can imagine is real. The fact that I can imagine an eye instead of a mouth and two mouths instead of two eyes means it exists somewhere in some sort of a dimension, in some sort of a game, and some souls out there are playing out that game right now, and it operates on a completely different rule set. Maybe they don't gotta eat, you know, I don't know, right? But that's the video. That's what I wanted to say. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the cheese and the olive oil with it, and that's it. I love you guys. God bless you all. But don't forget to subscribe, or you're gonna sleep with the fishes.